Honorable Minister and Chair of CARIFORUM, Ambassador Kopeshke, management of Equinitio, colleagues, invitees, members of the press. Unfortunately, the Secretary General of CARIFORUM could not have been here with us today. He, however, wishes me to extend to you his best wishes for a successful launch and a successful sensitization program to follow. As Secretary General of CARIFORUM, he attaches great significance to this particular capacity building program, and he has asked me to deliver to you a few words at this official launch. Colleagues, it is clear that the three areas under this particular program, competition, public procurement, customs, and trade facilitation, are essential for the development of the Caribbean region. And note that I place them outside of the context of the EPA. Because for us, the EPA is a mechanism and a tool that we use in the process of seeking our own sustainable development. It represents an agreement with our European partners in which we collaborate with them on matters related to trade and development. If you take the area of competition, for example, it is clear that in the region we have commitments to competition law, competition policy, and to other areas of competition, which, if we were to develop capacity within the context of the EPA, would serve us well in a number of other areas. For example, within the CARICOM CSME, there is a commitment towards the establishment of a competition regime. Indirectly, therefore, the efforts that we place on competition within the context of the EPA assist us in meeting our CSME objectives. In the area of procurement, we have similar provisions within the CSME and capacity built in the context of the EPA, this capacity built for CSME and other purposes. An examination of the trade statistics that we have indicates to us, for example, that a moderate increase in intra-regional trade in the area of public procurement could in fact double the level of intra-CARICOM trade under the CSME. It therefore tells us what the potential is in areas such as public procurement. On customs and trade facilitation, clearly, if we are to move goods between ourselves and the European Union and amongst ourselves, the question of customs and trade facilitation is one that in fact has to be addressed on a continuous and sustained basis. And capacity built in that area contributes significantly to our development. Let me place, therefore, this particular project within the context of the EPA itself. As you are aware, we are currently engaged in a 5-year review of the EPA. We have done 2 technical studies, one done for us by the UN Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, UNECLAC, the other done by consultants engaged by the European Union. One of the areas that has been highlighted in both studies is the capacity deficit in the area in a number of areas including competition, public procurement, and customs and trade facilitation. This project is therefore timely. It predicted the outcome of some of those technical studies, and it made provisions to contribute to the building of capacity of the region in those three areas. Clearly, we cannot develop in this region on a sustainable basis if we do not build the capacity of our experts and our institutions. Our institutions have to be able to deliver on our behalf, and our experts must be able to provide the services that are required to insert us into this global economy and to have us participate actively in that global economy. I've indicated clearly to you already that work done under the IPA is work done for the CSME. Similarly, capacities that we build in all of these areas will help to service other trade agreements in which we're engaged. There is the Haiti-Dominican Republic trans-border trade that takes place. There is the CARIFORUM Dominican Republic Free Trade Agreement. There is the Canada-CARICOM trade arrangement. And then we do have partial scope, some of our countries do have partial scope arrangements with a number of other countries. My view is that capacity built under the IPA will service all of these other trading arrangements. Within CARIFORUM, we have a deep commitment to build capacity. The approach that we took under the 10th EDF, that is the 10th European Development Fund Caribbean Regional Indicative Program, was that capacity building would be considered as a cross-cutting theme. In other words, in any area in which we attempted to undertake technical work, we tried to build the accompanying capacity both at institutional level and at the level of the individuals working in countries and within the regional institutions. We are taking a similar approach under the 11th European Development Fund. And in that context, I'm pleased to advise that we just concluded in Barbados on Friday of last week the first stage of negotiations for an 11th European Development Fund Caribbean Regional Indicative Program valued at 346 million euros. At today's exchange rate, that is about 400 and more million US dollars. In that program, we have also identified support for IPA implementation. We have specifically pulled out customs and trade facilitation. We are dealing with the business environment and the regulatory framework within which we do business and trade. And we have adopted capacity building as a cross-cutting thing. This project, therefore, represents the first phase and the first stage in what it is we propose to continue to do under the 11th EDF Regional Indicative Program. In fact, we concluded those negotiations on Friday, of course, subject to sign off at the political level and subject to the agreement reached at the technical level going through the European Union processes, internal processes. We anticipate that an agreement giving effect to the Regional Indicative Program of the 11th EDF could be signed on the 10th of June of this year in Brussels within the margins of the EU-CELAC Summit. We will continue to put effort and to place emphasis on capacity building within the region. We sincerely hope that our regional organizations and our member states will take advantage of the programs that we design and deliver on their behalf. It is our hope that the individuals trained in those areas will be effectively used in our member states and within the regional institutions that they serve, and that the capacity built will not simply reside in the individuals and in the regional institutions, but will be used to the benefit of the member states and to the people of the region. I believe that I've outlasted my welcome, and then I hence bring my short presentation to a conclusion. Thank you very much.